What do you do if there are duplicates of your audiobook on Apple? Now, this happens a lot, and it's certainly disconcerting for new authors who are just starting to go wide, but I'm going to explain why it happens and explain how you can fix it. So first of all, if you distribute books through ACX like I do, so even though I'm a non-exclusive author and all of my audiobooks are wide, I still distribute my books to Audible through ACX. ACX has a distribution agreement with Apple. So every single audiobook you distribute through ACX will automatically go to Apple. You have no control over that as an ACX user. It just is what it is. Because you're through ACX, the one thing we already know about ACX is that you cannot control the pricing of your audiobook through ACX. So you are not able to set the pricing of your book on Audible or the iTunes version of that audiobook. Now with Findaway Voices, you can also distribute to Apple. And the great thing about that is that not only do you make a higher royalty through Findaway, so your Apple royalty is 45% through Findaway Voices. It's only 25% through ACX if you're non-exclusive, which you would definitely be non-exclusive if you're going through Findaway. So not only is your royalty higher, but you can set your price for all of your audiobooks through Findaway Voices, and you can't do that through ACX. So I want the Findaway Voices version to show for all of my audiobooks, which means I need to suppress the ACX version of all of my audiobooks. Now, this can seem a little daunting, but if you just know up front that every book you produce through ACX is always going to have a version show up, and then every book you produce through Findaway will also have a version show up on Apple if you select that retail distribution channel, which again, you should, because you're able to set your own price and you get a higher royalty. Now we have two versions of our book on Apple. So what do we do with that? So here's how you remove your ACX version, the duplicate from Apple. So you go to your Findaway Voices dashboard and you go down to the little mark here in the left that says need assistance, and then you just type in duplicate. And you'll see that the first thing that pops up is there are two versions of my audiobook on Apple Books. What can I do about this? Because this is a very common problem. So you click on that and then you follow that link and it will take you to exactly what you do to remove this. So this just describes everything I just explained, why there are two versions of your book on Apple, and that's because they get distributed there by both Findaway and ACX. So to resolve this issue, you just send an email to Apple at this address and you use this template. And you just put the links of the version that you want to keep and then the link to the version that you want suppressed. Obviously, you want the ACX version suppressed so that you can keep the Findaway version visible so that that's the one you can do your sales on and set your own price for. Now, if you need to find your Apple links so that you can share with them which link you want suppressed and which link you want to keep, you just go to your marketing tab and Findaway Voices and go to retailer links. And then just scroll down until you find one of your books on Apple. So here's one of my books on Apple. It's going to take me right to the Apple screen. It's going to take me right to this book. But I want to be able to see all of my books. So I just click on my author name. And then here are all of my books and here are all of my audiobooks. So if I click see all, then I can take a look here and see if any of my audiobooks are duplicates. Now I have submitted this to Apple for every single book I have on Apple. So I don't have any duplicates left. My most recent release is this one, and I submitted that email, and the ACX version was suppressed within about a week. So it usually takes a week. It can sometimes take longer, but that's how you can check to see if you do have any duplicates of your audiobooks on Apple. Again, you want to make sure only the Findaway Voices version shows, and you want to make sure the ACX version is suppressed. If you have any further questions on this, because it can be a little confusing in the beginning, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And I can always make more videos on this, but once you get the hang of it, it's a pretty simple process to suppress that ACX version and make sure only your Findaway version is showing on Apple. I hope that helps and have a great day. Stay tuned for more tips.